Today I'm going to break down my Hawaii vlog. I don't want to do these breakdowns for my different videos. I know some get great feedback, some just don't get much feedback. So for this one, I'm going to do a couple different things. I'm going to break down different effects that I did, my thought process, and maybe how I did them. And just run through if I still like them, what things I would change now, and yeah, we'll just see what I like. So start from the beginning. I like the grungy kind of music that I ended up going with. It's an EDM type beat. I was actually at my friend's house and I heard the song and it just clicked. That's what I want to do, and I actually ended up switching it out from a previous song. Don't remember what the previous song was, but I just heard this and I knew it was just dialed in for exactly what I was looking for. So what I wanted to do at the beginning was pretty much showcase my favorite shots from the week. I know for me, I like showing big things at the beginning to catch the viewer, and then since it's an 8-minute video, it might make them want to watch it more all the way through. People's attention is just hard to get these days because everything's 1 minute on social. So I decided to show them pretty much a social piece at the beginning, show them what they're getting themselves into, and then go into a title sequence with a voiceover to just really give them a different look than what they probably expected. So I got the bright yellow colored text, which is, I have to say, which is kind of getting overused at this point. I've used it in a couple videos, but I thought it worked against the blue. I had the idea of doing the text pretty much towards the end of my editing process. I remember I sent John the first draft, and he told me I just had to do something different with that. I had to find a way to make that stand out from it. So I really just went on YouTube. I found that dinging sound effect like on the iPhone. I downloaded just a random green screen effect of the typing animation that you see on iMessage, and then I have a pack in After Effects that I used for the message effect. So this sequence where I layered all of these photos from the trip, I just wanted a way to incorporate the photos in. I took so many shots. Me and John were shooting we were shooting 3 drone batteries each the whole trip. We were shooting pretty much 64 gigs, if not more, of photo and video each day. And whenever I was editing this, I just grabbed all my favorite pictures and I realized that it was like 80 pictures. So I imported a page turning sound effect. I just layered the shots on top of each other. The page turning sound effect was so quick, I didn't have to worry about matching the beats or anything. So I just threw them all on top of each other and it beat the crap out of my computer. It was even right after I got this new MacBook, and it beat the crap out of it to the point where I had to render it after every time I added an image to it. And then towards the end of that beginning sequence, it was 50 seconds in, before I got to day 1, I cut out the audio by using a low pass filter. It's just a good way to blend audio so it's not a hard cut. So the first vlog part, it's frustrating to look back on because my hand is just in like a little bit. It's like just poking through the lens. But it is what it is. I was not about to stamp that out or anything. That would just drive me insane. So that shot right there at 1:30. I meant to switch that out, but I didn't. It was one of those things where I wanted to finish the sequence and be done with it for the day. And then I just kept watching it back, and I was like, oh, I'll get back to that, but I never did. So funny story with these drone shots at 1:56. They were all John's. We both took our drones off here, and for some reason my drone just wouldn't go above like 50 feet. So I got a couple drone images. I got this image right here, and that's the only shot that I actually liked from my drone. And I wasted like a half a battery, but it just wouldn't go above 50 feet. No idea why. So this right here, after that vlogging sequence, I had a low pass coming up throughout the end of the vlogging sequence so that it would still be under my voice. And then I just shot it up really quick, keyframed it after my voice. So it's not necessarily the most seamless thing, but since the drop hit right away and I just timed it up so it hit right after my voice, it worked. All of that drone footage is John's again. And I tried speed ramping through different clips. I didn't know what to do with it. I did that one weird water droplet effect. It was like a janky zoom transition. It was completely a different vibe from the rest of the video, which I like in videos, because if everything's similar, you end up getting sick of it and you might click out of it. So if you switch up the pace, it just might grab someone's eye for a little bit longer. So that right there, I think it's called Chinaman's hat. I could be completely wrong on that. We got some super cool images at that spot. That was our half underwater, half above water shots. We had the underwater housing on the 1DX. This song, I had to switch it out because it got copyrighted. So frustrating. Just wanted a slow-paced song that really just fit with the slow-mo. We shot a lot of it in 120. So it ended up working out. That right there it was actually a whoosh sound that I imported from some random website, and I reversed it. This hike was crazy. We went up 2 hours before sunset. We knew it was going to be like an hour and a half hike. And as we were going up, it looked beautiful. We were getting all excited about it. And then it just started pouring down rain. We didn't even record anything on the way down except for this vlog sequence whenever we got below the rain. These drone shots right here, obviously there's a bird chirp sound effect, whatever. Call me out for that if you want. But I took my drone off inside the forest. There was a tiny gap. I was pumped with how it turned out because we were in a section of pine trees. And the drone shots turned out awesome. And it's the only good thing from the hike, pretty much. We didn't film anything. We didn't get to a peak. We barely got any pictures from it. So with these intro clips, I did a lot of keyframing with the scale. This drone shot was coming forward, so I keyframed it from like 108 scale to 100, so that as it was zooming in, I was zooming out. It's just like a warping effect. So I sped them all up so that I could have the one shot panning down as I was whipping the camera up to vlog. Something simple with some sound effects. So you can do different whoosh sound effects. You can really find any kind of risers to help you in this situation. So Electric Beach was brutal. We went snorkeling, and as you can see, there's 2 underwater shots. And I said we were going to see a lot of turtles and stuff. We didn't see a single fish the entire time. We ended up getting pulled by a current. This hike was cool. We took the drone up, really easy hike. We just pulled over on the side of the road. But we ended up seeing a turtle from above, ran down the whole hill, and John jumped in. And I don't know, it was just funny because we were chasing this turtle just to try and see a turtle whenever he ended up seeing them on the other island that he went to. He went to the big island, saw a bunch of turtles, but we were just like, that's the one thing we wanted, is see a turtle. And we ended up just seeing one from outside the water, never saw one inside the water. But it's one of those funny things that you look back on and laugh about after the fact whenever you're watching this video that nobody else will know about. So all that was right there, that zooming out speed ramp, it was a 4K clip and it's a 1080 timeline. So it's easy to do because whenever you drag a 4K clip into a 1080 timeline, it's zoomed in by 200%, I think. You can then be cropped in and not lose any resolution. And then as he went around, I just brought it out so that I showed the whole clip. I don't recommend doing that with a 1080 clip. I just don't think it'll end up being as crisp as you want it. But that's all I did. All my drone footage that I shoot is always in 4K, and most of the time I shoot my video footage from the DSLR in 1080. So you gotta match it up somehow, use it to your advantage. And then the finale, the sunset shots, I wanted to do a cinematic kind of edit for it because the colors were so perfect. And so a lot of these shots are silhouetted, all in super slow-mo. And I think it really worked to end the whole video and just really put the icing on the cake, because they're some of the most beautiful drone shots, some of the most beautiful shots I've ever gotten in general. Like this shot of me walking in front of the sunset, can't be happier with that. Just got the 7200 out to have that silhouette separated from the background. Love how it turned out. This shot right here of me running, you can see I'm holding my phone in my pocket as I'm running through the water. Wish I wasn't, but I also didn't want to lose my phone. And that's it. It's cool to have this just to look back on and watch. I've watched it a couple times since, obviously not a ton because that'd be weird. And I'm excited to make more in the future. Would love to make more travel vlogs like this for every trip I go on from here on out. And so I want to do this for other videos, maybe concert recaps, maybe even just stills, maybe tell a story behind a still. Be on the lookout for more of these, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Peace.